is when you travel a lot, there are things that happen that are sometimes simply unfair. And I mean past the regular stuff, past a delayed flight or anything. Years ago, I had a flight to Boulder, and I was coming from Chicago, and I had a window seat. And the man next to me was eating a whole rotisserie chicken. And when I say whole rotisserie chicken, I want you to understand, when you go to the grocery store and you see with the bubble, it was that. This wasn't just some chicken, it was a whole chicken. And there's nothing like when you meet somebody and they start out nice and then they betray you, right? Because we had a very cordial conversation initially, a very I'm not crazy conversation, then he switched up on me, right? They say that not all heroes wear capes. And apparently not all terrorists have bombs. Because the way it started is basically my man was in the middle seat, and you always have to be nice to the person in the middle seat, because if they're in the middle seat, their life is not going well right now, okay? Because this is the thing with the middle seat that people disregard. Whatever happened to you while you traveling also happened to them, right? Maybe you were delayed. Maybe your flight got canceled. Maybe you had to spend the night in the airport. All that happened to them too, and they're in the middle seat. So they're still having a worse day than you can imagine, right? And so I'm always nice to the person in the middle seat. So, we both sit down and everything, and then we look at each other, and I'm like, hey, how you doing? I feel like I'm a pretty cordial person, very approachable and everything. So I'm like, hey, how you doing? I'd love to strike up a conversation and stuff. And he's like, oh, I'm great. And in retrospect, he was great because he knew what he was about to do. And then we just started chatting, right? He was like, why are you flying to Boulder? I'm like, oh, I'm going to do a show. Why are you flying to Boulder? He's like, oh, I'm going on business. He's like, he must love his business. Like, little did I know he was going to do the devil's business, right? And so we are barely diagonal. We're basically one wheel off the ground when he decides it's his time to shine, right? And so this man reaches under the seat. He kept it under the seat because he wanted people to think it was a carry-on, right? So he pulled this chicken from under the seat. I had no idea what it was because it was just in a bag, right? So he pulls this from under the seat, and he really pulled it because I guess it got stuck, so he really pulled it, right? And then he pulls up and he lifts it. And this man is bigger than me. And anytime somebody is bigger than me and making me nervous, I go through scenarios in my head of what could happen next, right? So then he pulls this bag up and he lifts the bag. Now the bag the chicken was hot, right? So the chicken was hot, so there'd been some condensation around the actual shell of the rotisserie chicken. So the bag was clinging to the chicken, so I can't tell what it is. All I know is it's heavy and wet, right? So I look over at the bag, and it's got a little bit of steam coming out of it, and I'm like, that's why he was nice to everybody, because he got a bomb, right? And so then he grabs it from the bottom and starts peeling the bag off of the chicken, and I'm like, oh, okay. I wish it was a bomb. I think a bomb would have been easier for me to manage right now. This is actually going to be more upsetting than a bomb. I can already tell, right? And so this is my other thing, too. How did this man get this past TSA? Because there's an organization specifically designed to stop this sort of thing from happening. How did he get this on? Because they took my water. I can't have my water, but apparently he can have 12 ounces of chicken juice. So then he holding it up, right? And I'm not gonna lie to you, even when we were just chatting and stuff like that, I thought he smelled like chicken when I met him. And I felt crazy because I was like, who just smells this much like chicken? I've never been around anybody before who and when I say he smelled like chicken, he smelled like he was the chicken, right? Like he smelled like he had just danced out the oven just now, right? Like he had chicken cologne, right? And so then he's got the bag, and usually I'm a very like live and let live type person, right? Just let everybody do their thing as long as it's not harming anybody, right? And I don't like when things are like exclusion just for the sake of being exclusive, just for the sake of other people not being able to have it, right? Like we made this price so some people can't come. We made this price and what. But I will say, I do like, we need to keep planes plane prices, because when planes are bus prices, bus behavior comes to planes. Because when he revealed a whole rotisserie chicken out of this bag, I was like, what in the Greyhound megabus is happening right now? This is not behavior for the air, right? And so then he lays the chicken down on the tray table, and I've never seen this before, because I guess it was a big enough chicken that the tray table actually had some give to it. And I've taken naps on the tray table and haven't bent it back like that. That's an FAA unregulated amount of chicken. And I'm not gonna lie, as soon as I saw the chicken, as soon as I saw him put on a tray table, I tried to dissociate right there. I was trying to go somewhere else. I was like, ooh, like, I was trying to be anywhere else but right here, because I even put on my noise canceling headphones and just tried to pick a movie and just not be a part of what was happening right now, right? But okay, I've got them on, right? I picked the movie, and I am trying to watch Moana, okay? But all I can hear is the sound of him eating chicken. Babies can't get in here. Like, and when I tell you, this is how you can tell it was like premeditated too, because this chicken was still very, very hot, which means he got it right before the flight. That means he went to Albertsons and got a full rotisserie chicken, then was like, well, I have a flight. I don't think that's what happened. I think actually he was on his way to the airport, and he was like, I'm making good time. I got that pre-check. Let me make a stop by Albertsons on the way, pick up a snack, right? And so this man does not have a fork, because a fork would have got him caught, right? He just has the chicken on the tray table, and he is eating it with his hands like he is Henry VIII. And we are at a royal banquet dinner where the queen just gave birth, right? He really ripping into the chicken while picking his movie, right? Just fingers, 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 right? And so in my head, I'm like, what do I do? Because somehow this isn't illegal. See, that's a problem with our lawmakers, right? Our lawmakers write the laws after stuff happened. They're not thinking ahead to things that should never happen and writing a law for that. And likewise, with the airlines, they don't come up with the rules ahead of time. They wait for crazy stuff to happen, then they change the rules. But they should have sent it in your ticket, in your confirmation email for your ticket. They should have been like, hey, also, please don't bring any chicken from home, all right? We have all the chicken you need. The airport got you, okay? Because I don't remember this exactly, and maybe I'm not being fair, but I'm pretty sure the airport we were leaving from had a Popeyes. So he had access to chicken, but he wanted his own chicken, right? He was like, oh, they do it all apart and stuff. Let me get the whole thing. And so then I'm like, I don't know what to do. And so all right. I'm not proud of it. And I want to be clear, I didn't do this right away, right? Because even when he pulled out chicken, put it on the tray table, we are here. Like, he acted quickly. But by the time I did what I did, he had got down to the bone, okay? So he had a little bit of breast, a little bit of wing, a little bit of thigh. He had a good amount of his chicken. It looked like a crow had got to it by the time I did what I did, okay? But basically, I was like, I can't do this. I can hear it. I can't stop hearing it, right? And so I just pretended to fall asleep, right? Waited a little while. Even gave a couple, right? Because if you do the pig snores, people think it's a deep sleep, right? And so I pretended to sleep. And like, this is my thing. You probably experienced this. When you have somebody, maybe you're dating somebody and they sleep over for the first time and you see what type of sleeper they are, right? Because some people are like little squealers. Some people, some people are snorers, like, right? Some people are thrashers. I've been thrashed many times in my life. Actually, it is weird. You ever be sitting there laid up with your partner and then they thrash you and you're like, was weird that your fist was closed. Like, but anyway, I'm pretending to sleep, right? I even hit him with the right, and then just after a while, I wait a little longer, and then I'm like, bah! And then and I had to like open one eye a little bit to make sure I really got the chicken, right? Because I didn't want to miss, because you're gonna get another chance, right? Like, if you miss that first time, he started protecting the chicken and everything. So, I opened my eye a little bit and I cleaned that chicken. Like, I Tiger Woods that chicken. So then the chicken flies off the tray table across the man in the aisle seat, right? I forgot to mention, there was someone else who witnessed this entire thing. I'm actually very interested in what his perspective was, because he didn't have headphones on, so he heard him eating the chicken in his ear. And I'm telling you right now, if it was bad for me, it was horrible for him, because the sound of a grown man eating a rotisserie chicken with his hands does sound exactly like a dog eating a person. It's just as horrific. The sound will never go away, right? I can hear it right now, right? And so then chicken shoots across him. It hits the tray table not the tray table, the armrest of the other aisle seat, and then it hits the ground, where I think it had some bounce to it because it still was mostly intact. So it was gonna move like a chicken would move, right? Now I gotta keep my eyes closed again because I'm supposed to be asleep for this, right? But I do hear a muffled scream through my headphones, and I don't know what it was because once again my eyes are closed. So I don't know. This is what I think happened. We were, as a plane, we were making a little bit of a turn. We were at a little bit of an angle, right? So we weren't still ascending, but we were like dipped a little bit like this. So I think that the chicken hit in the aisle, rolled back a little bit, must have rolled into a new person's aisle, right? And so then it rolled into their aisle, and they looked down, and all of a sudden they got their foot in a chicken, right? And that, because it wasn't a scream like, it was a scream like, and that's... And that's, I mean, any one of us would do that. If you were just on a plane and you were minding your own business, all of a sudden your foot was in a chicken with the bones in it. Like, your foot is in it and it's not coming off. It's a shoe now, so it's not coming off, right? We'd all be like, And so then I hear him through my headphones. He's like, what the hell? Like, he screams, what the hell, right? And so then I gotta pretend to wake up. So I'm like, oh. Oh, what happened? Right? He's like, dude, you knocked over my whole meal, right? He's like yelling. I'm like, oh no, did I? I'm sorry. Can I get you another one? He's like, no, that's the only one I had. I was like, oh, can I buy you something else? He's like, no, I don't want anything. Just watch the. He's like, oh, I'm so sorry. My bad. And then I did just have to sit next to that dude on the plane for the rest of the trip. I've never had anyone shoot me dirtier looks than this. He was just looking at me the rest of the flight like. I wish I had a bomb. We're really in it now, you know? We're really in it now. We have Kamala running, right? You want to know the wildest thing about Kamala running is I saw her first like 2 campaign events, right? And just to have somebody talking regular. Like truly just talking regular. I was like, she might as well have been breakdancing. The way she went up there and said thank you and was remembering names and stuff, she might as well have been hitting that. Like, yeah, it's wild. You know, because some people say that, you know, they don't see Kamala as president, but I see Kamala as president because I thought she already was president, right? And what I mean is, when Biden dropped out, I got a notification on my phone, and the notification on my phone was from a news outlet who worded the news very poorly in the headline, because I was at home and all I saw was Biden's gone, Kamala's in. And gone is you gotta use gone very carefully when you talk about Joe Biden. You can't just be out here saying gone willy-nilly, right? And so when they said gone, I was like, oh, that was the COVID he got. Like, he got the real one then. If he gone, oh no. And then I realized that he had actually stepped away. He had dropped out, and I was like, "Oh, thank goodness!" Because like this is the thing that now that he's out of the race, I do think it's very important to have an honest conversation about Joe Biden, about his presidency, right? Because this is the thing that people forget about Joe Biden. Joe Biden is a granddaddy, okay? So for a president, he seemed slow. He seemed a bit weak and frail. For a granddaddy, he was killing it. All right? Like, really take a step back for a second and think about the granddad. Think about your granddaddy, right? What's on the agenda in a day for your granddaddy?
Really be fair. Really be honest with yourself. What do you expect your granddaddy to do in a day? First thing on the docket is to wake up, hopefully. Second, have some jam. Tell some stories. Yeah, like... Watch some westerns, and then there's some naps to get got, right? You don't fly your granddaddy on 13-hour flights and then make him talk to a whole country and then be like, he doesn't seem up to the job. Like... Because Biden was busy just being a granddaddy. Everyone loves to forget that. We went to Biden as a granddaddy, and we were like, hey, we need you to run. And then he was like, are you sure? And we were like, yeah, we think you're the only one that can do it. Please run. And then he ran, and then he won. And then for 3.5 years, nobody did any homework. Nobody did any building up of any other candidates. Nobody did any real research into who was next up. So then, election time comes along. They're like, hey, we need you again. And he was like... I'm more granddaddy now than I was before. They were like, please, Joe, come on, Because that's one thing that I don't know. I look at it and I think that both we and history should remember Biden for doing an incredibly patriotic and courageous thing. That stepping aside is a big deal, right? And it's something that I hope he always knows that we appreciate. For better or for worse, we appreciate it because, some people wouldn't have done that. Some people would have let their ego get in the way. Some people, because this man told the world, he met with world leaders and told them, guys, I'm running, I'm going to win, it's going to be fine. And then he had to drop out, right? Dropped out on a Sunday in a tweet. On a Sunday with a tweet with COVID. And I'm not gonna lie, maybe I'm not being fair and that's okay, but I was furious at Biden when he got COVID. How dare you get COVID the same week Trump got shot at? Trump got shot at, blood and stuff, and then Biden over here, I was furious. But I really want us, and I think that it's something that I wish more leaders did because in a weird way it did feel for a second like they actually listened. Because we had been saying, we were like, guys, I don't feel great. And then something happened. That almost never happens. This is America. And I think there's like this weird asterisk on his political career and on his legacy now, because then people are like, where does he go from here? He's still president for like 6 months, and we're already like, where does he go from here? Oh, that's so sad. I don't think it's sad at all. I think that Biden has a chance to stamp his legacy now. This dude he's done. He said he's done. He's not coming back. He's not running for anything else. He's towards his twilight years and everything. Like this is it. So he has the chance to do what every politician ever promises that they're gonna do. You gotta remember, when people run for the first time, they're talking all that good stuff, right? When people run for the first time, I'm gonna do this, I don't care, I'm not taking anybody's money, I'm gonna do this, and then they get in and then they get got, right? Then all of a sudden they're talking like an assistant manager zombie. They're like, well, we have to really look at the votes. What'd they do to you? But that Biden doesn't have that. He has to worry about a second term. He doesn't have to worry about next position. This dude could have the most radical presidency for the rest of the time that he's in office. He has months left to exact some of the craziest change you can imagine because he's never coming back. This is it. This is what people wish our politicians had, right? Because you don't know who somebody is until they put in their 2 weeks. When somebody put those 2 weeks in and they're still professional and you're like, oh, okay, they really a good worker, right? Most people put those 2 weeks in and they're like, 2 weeks, these nuts. Dude, Biden right now has the power to just go ahead and just drop executive orders like mixtapes. This dude could just straight up say, hey, everybody gets free lunch and come and kill me. Right? Free school lunch for kids. Everybody get maternity leave. How about that? You can fight me in court. I won't be there. You can fight me in court. Right? And then you look at, you look at Kamala and what her campaign's going to be like and what the opposition against her is going to be like. And it's already started in some sense, but you can tell that people don't really know how to attack her. Not exactly, right? Like they're going to try the regular stuff, like the racist stuff and all this. She'll get some sexism. Don't worry, she'll get it, some sexism. But like really attacks, like things that make you go, ooh, I don't know about Kamala, right? They don't know. And you can tell they don't know because okay. I saw this, the one attack I saw against Kamala. This is wild. Okay, let me see. All right. No, I'm just looking around because I feel like, look, I think maybe only the black people will get it first, but I'm gonna bring everybody along, right? Because then basically there was an attack on Kamala where they were like, Kamala Harris's great-granddaddy was an Irish slave owner that went to London to oppose abolition. And then every black person I know was like, yeah. Sorta checks out. There's a reason it's her great-granddaddy and her great-grandma wasn't mentioned. And if you know, you know, right? That's what's so crazy to me is that I'm not saying Kamala's the perfect candidate at all. And I, she said herself she's gonna have to earn and win your vote and everything, and she plans to do that. But I will say the last time somebody had to go back to the 1800s to attack a candidate was maybe never. That's so crazy. Her great. Yeah. But then you should ask some more questions like, why is that? And then, oh. You know what I mean? Because the only people that caught it are the people who really understand slavery. And that's the thing that's so crazy, is that Republicans are trying so hard to attack Kamala, they may accidentally teach like I thought you burned all the critical race theory books.
I have loved the security at almost every job that I've had because, especially in New York, security, like you said, they're just trying to get through their day. So they really don't even step in unless you are actively being stabbed.
God, no.
Right? And even then, they're trying to sneak up on the person because they don't get adequately equipped to handle what's happening.
No.
Right?
Not at all. They want to get through their day, have to write a few things down that they're supposed to write down, and then leave.
And so
They don't have these Paul Blart dreams.
Yeah, like this is my thing. Okay. One of my favorites was when I was in Chicago, and remember I worked at the other grocery store, right? When I worked there was this one time. This shouldn't be as funny to me as it is. So,
That could be the name of this fucking show.
yeah, listeners, forgive me now. But there was a guy that was in the store wilding, right? Like truly wilding out. And as this dude was freaking out, somebody started screaming, like one of the customers started screaming, "Hey, go do something," because this dude is like, I don't even know how to describe it. He was truly just like freaking out. He wasn't even stealing because he was still in the store.
Right.
It's not stealing till you leave. And basically he starts like popping off, screaming at people, running around, everything, right? And the security, that the company that we worked with was a company that clearly must have just had some overall contract, because at every store it was the same uniform, right? And
Well, they were a costume shop that had to pivot.
yeah, there we go. Because
No one's renting our uniforms anymore.
everybody that they sent except for everybody that they sent except for one guy couldn't fight and looked like they couldn't fight, right? And so there was this woman who was clearly like in her 60s, and she was a little frail as well. And she was
Working security?
working security
Oh.
for the grocery store, right? And so
I'm not saying that 6-year-old women aren't strong, but they shouldn't have to do that.
they shouldn't have to be strong.
They
okay.
shouldn't have to be strong for security.
For security. Come on.
Yeah.
So then basically this dude's wilding out, and then and then it got to a point where customers were yelling at us and the security like, "Hey, do something." Like cuz it's like this person is clearly they're not even like having necessarily a violent outburst, but they are running around and screaming and like swinging. So they're not trying to hit anyone, but they're just like, they're not with us right now, right?
Yeah.
Is the best way
they're
to put it.
elsewhere. They're fighting a war in Narnia.
Yeah. And so
They're not here.
and so then everyone was screaming for, this person to do something, right? And so she like that's the moment. And it's funny because every single one of these guards that I worked with had a moment where I made eye contact with them and could tell they didn't want to be security anymore. Like, dude, straight up, like everyone I'm about to describe to you, even the dude that could fight, I'm telling you right now, I've looked in their eyes while the thing was happening. And then when we made eye contact, they were like, I could have been doing anything else right now. And so then
I should have stuck to painting.
so then she gets off of, I think she might have been sitting on the counter or something, and then she's like goes to run to, I guess, do something about this, right? And I don't even know, like, I don't even know if they gave them anything. I don't think they had anything. I don't think they had pepper spray. They may have had a flashlight. Like, I really don't think they had anything on them to like.
I think they usually just give them a walkie-talkie, I think is usually what.
And so she goes to run, and as she goes to run, she steps on her own shoelaces, right? And so she stepped on her own shoelace. She fell, and she fell sideways, and so I know she hurt her hip, right?
Of course.
And so now we're at a stalemate, because it's like you as an employee aren't supposed to do anything. That's why they hired the security, And in certain situations, especially if it calls for violence, you could get fired even if you were in the right.
Yeah.
And so now I'm really between a rock and a hard place, because any minute, this dude's gonna be over here. And in my head, I'm like, I know he's gonna come to my register, right? I had already played out the scenario in my head. This dude was gonna come to my register and he was gonna slap me in my face, right?
You're the magnet for this stuff, of course.
And so I'm
course
like,
it's gonna happen.
And so I'm like, oh no, I'm really gonna get hurt. Like. Like, bro, I was really sitting there like, man, this is gonna like he probably gonna rear back too. Like,
Yeah, that is pretty demeaning to be sitting behind a cash register just thinking, I'm about to get my ass kicked.
and the worst part is I knew this dude was he was too out of it to actually rob me. You know what I mean? Like,
Right, yeah,
Like
yeah.
I'm rigging people up as well because people are running to the register, clearly just trying to get out as fast as they can. So I'm rigging
Yeah.
people up fast. Like I was already a fast cashier.
Yeah.
But I'm going extra fast. Like I'm not even sure if everything's scanned. I'm just sliding stuff over. And so, because also in my head, I was like, if we can get everybody out of the store, this problem might like solve itself. I don't know why I thought that, but I just thought like, okay, this person is clearly lashing out around a bunch of people, but if there's not a bunch of people, maybe he'll calm down or something, right?
Yeah.
So I'm bringing people up as fast as I can. And then there's even, once again, like I said, shouldn't be as funny to me as it is. But she's still on the ground. So no one's actually like helped her up yet. And then there's a guy who walks in, just a regular customer, walks in, sees her on the ground, sees us like ringing people up as fast as we can. And then I like look over my shoulder at him and he just turned around and walked out.
Oh, yeah, because that looks like a robbery.
Yeah. It's 18 people that only want to rob for food.
Yep.
They knock down the security guard and they're paying with credit.
Yeah, a weirdly violent but also cordial mob
Yeah.
is coming through here.
And so I'm scanning as fast as I can. And then and this dude, I can hear him getting closer and I don't know what aisle he's on, right? Like, I don't know if he's 2 aisles down and he's really loud or if he's 1 aisle down and less loud. But like, I can't see him, but I can hear him. And so did I already tell you about this, by the way?
I don't think so.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
remember this one.
And so then I'm like, I look over. That's how I know she's still on the ground. Because at first I thought I heard her fall, but I was too scared to like look behind me. I just started rigging people up fast, like. And then I turn my head and I see that she's fallen, and she's like, she says, "Help me," and I'm like, oh no, we're doomed. Like we're actually doomed right now.
That's your security. Your security fell down and she can't get up.
And so then I'm ringing people up. I finish a transaction and I'm like looking at the customer, I'm looking at her, and then I jump up and I like help her up, and it's like definitely nothing heroic. I'm literally just helping her get back to her feet. I'm not like picking her up or anything. And
you're helping her up to throw her to the lions too.
hey, you got to do what you do to live, you know?
You got the badge, lady. That's on you.
And so then I run back over to the register. There's only one more customer. I close my gate as if that's going to do anything. Like, you know,
like he'll get there and be like, oh, okay.
You know the little gate they give you at the register?
Yeah.
So I close my little gate and I put the closed divider on.
And then if I stand real still, he won't see me.
Yeah. If nothing beeps, he won't move, right? And now I can hear a couple things falling, so I know he's getting close, right? And then this dude finally gets to the registers in general. Luckily, doesn't come near mine at all. Runs like knocks a bunch of people out of the way to run past them as they're checking out. runs past the security guard, does a cartwheel and is out.
Hold on. Okay, sorry. Did you say he did a cartwheel and then he left?
Yeah, this dude did a cart. So he was already pushing people out of the way to run out of the store, and then he did a cartwheel and then he left.
Like, my brain needed a second. Because honestly, once you said cartwheel, the whole sentence like fell apart in my brain. I'm like, there's no way he said he did a cartwheel and left.
Dude, bro, when I tell you that this lady busted her hip for nothing.
Well, sounds like she didn't stand a chance anyway. He was going to be flipping around her or something.
Yeah.
This man is trained.
This dude did like a truly insane cartwheel.
Yeah.
And by the way, when he was like running past us screaming, he was not making sense.
No.
Like he was like hobble, 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 whatever, right? But then
cartwheel is a powerful exit.
Yeah.
Because it not only does it take some skill and athleticism, but it's so counter to what he was doing.
I mean, is it though? He was running around apparently swinging his arms.
But to see all that and then to see him do a cartwheel on the way out would just make me go like, huh. Like it goes from like, oh no, what's going to happen to be like, well, now that was interesting. It's a weird reset, kind of.
Yeah. Yeah.
It erases some of the crazy from before.
Yeah.
And that's the power of gymnastics, everybody.
Hey, thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. It really supports the channel. Hit the bell notification because apparently it's the only way YouTube will tell you that something happened. And just tell a friend. That's the biggest thing you could do. Just tell one person in your life that you like, maybe you don't like, that this video happened to you.
We release the podcast every Thursday on all the podcast apps, so you should find us there and subscribe on those and comment and leave reviews and whatever on all of them. And also, if you want bonus stuff, you can join our Patreon, patreon.com/Josh Johnson Show. We have bonus podcasts and videos and stuff there, and we'd love to see you.
Okay, one time when I worked at Trader Joe's, this is so wild because I also avoid people who are openly angry in a way that is, it's one thing if I watch something happen to them and they're angry, right? So like if I watch someone get kicked out of a place or something and they're angry about it, I know why you're angry, I think. So now if you happen to look at me or engage with me, I can talk to you, right?
Right, yeah.
When I have no idea what you're upset about and I don't know you, I also steer clear. Because one time, back when I was working,
you're a potential threat to my day now.
Yeah, because I was working at Trader Joe's, right?
Yeah.
And this is the Trader Joe's in New York. So I'd been in New York for like maybe 3 months. So I just moved here, right? Mm-hmm. This guy is in the fresh produce area, but I call it the fruit aisle just to like keep it clear, right?
Right.
So he was pulling one of the plastic bags that you pull when you want to put a bunch of apples in it or just a bunch of the loose fruits together. He was pulling one of those, and the little seam that's supposed to catch the clip to break, it must have missed, so he pulled way too much, right?
Okay.
This is where
We've
things,
all been there.
This
very,
is where,
very common thing.
Yeah, this is where things go off the rails. So then, because like
everything I've said up till now, normal.
Yeah, like you've said, this happens to everybody, right?
Happens to everybody. It's very common.
This dude pulls.
Happened to me the other day.
The rest of his arm comes down from him pulling, and he loses his mind. Okay.
Oh.
This dude
just got fired.
Yeah. This dude,
something happened before the store.
It was to the point where I was wondering if he worked at Trader Joe's and then got fired the day before, and I just never met him. That's how mad he got. So he pulls it, right?
Yeah.
As he's pulling, his arm goes down the rest of the way. So now he's got like 9 bags that he's pulled. Okay. And
he's like, I don't want this many lemons.
And then he drops the end one and then just tries again. and then pulls another bunch instead of just breaking the one that he had in his hand. But
Yeah,
now,
how is that the solution?
I have no idea, but you don't think clearly when you're angry, because he's visibly angry now, right?
Yes. Yeah.
And so then he pulls again, and now there's like at least 20 bags that have been pulled out of this roll, and there's bags that are like there's bags that are like on the floor now, all still connected, like a whole roll of toilet paper unrolled, right? And so it's just these green bags. And so now, instead of trying to pull again or break any of them, he just punches an orange. Okay? This dude punches an orange. And
Well.
I think that once you break the seal on your personal level of anger, you're
I
just...
thought you were going to say on an orange.
No. Yeah, when you break the seal on an orange, all hell breaks loose.
There's no turning back.
Once you break the seal on, just your level of anger, I think a lot of people, that's where you find out who someone is, because I think a lot of people either decide, hey, this is where I should check myself, or I'm too far gone and I'm just going to hit the gas.
Yeah.
In a fight, in an argument, there's a level, there's a ceiling that people have. And once you go past that, that's who you find out who's like, quote unquote, crazy, who you find out is like a fighter, who you find out is a crier, like all that stuff. Because that's the moment where you realize you're angry and you either start to see red or you start to calm down, right?
The emotion takes over and you're in like a free fall now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so this dude punches the orange, and I think for him, clearly punching oranges is cracking the ceiling. Cause then this dude still with the green bag string in his hand, the strip of green bags, just keeps punching oranges, right? And so then he starts screaming. He's like, oh, like, and it's not a scream that's like to get attention. It's a guttural low scream, right? Like he's essentially just being like, oh, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Punching
the noise of a mental breakdown.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Punching orange juice going, right? Like this dude is getting orange juice all over his face. And I've never been so scared of orange juice, because it, like, he had just enough of it on his face to look like blood. Like,
Right.
like you knew if he had been punching a person, his face would just be covered, right?
Yeah.
And then
I want a glass of fresh punched orange juice, please.
And then, so he must have punched like 8 oranges, right? And they're layered on the on these like little cabinets, because the display is wooden. So it's not like he's punching a stack of oranges like you'd see at Walmart that are tilted. He's punching like a stack of oranges that are on this wooden cabinet,
Yeah.
And that's why he's making so much juice, is because there's nowhere for the oranges to go.
There's no escape for these oranges.
There's no escape for these oranges. So anyway, after he punches the 8th orange, he tries to storm off, and as he's like turning around, in his punching, he's just got the bags wrapped around his arm. Oh. So now he tries to walk away, and he's just pulling more rolled bags like toilet paper.
Oh no.
And that dude walked out of the store with like maybe 100 bags trailing him.
That's all you can do, I think. You can't finish shopping. You can't just...
That dude left sticky.
Yeah. I was going to say, now he's sticky and covered in plastic. But yeah, you can't do that and then just look down at your list, cross off oranges, and then move on to the next thing.
It'd be so funny if he didn't want oranges. He just want plums. But then... bow, 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 bow.
Like... And I get it too. When you're angry, you don't think clearly. You just get frustrated. But like, just tear the bags, dude. Like, just at any point, tear the bags. Even if you got a couple, and I know you don't need a couple, but don't just keep pulling? Was he thinking like, oh, this is just one really long bag? Like, what did he think was happening?
I would have loved to have a conversation with him or be in his head because
I mean, be in his head. You don't want to talk to him.
because well, no, just later in life, like today. This was years ago, so I
Yeah.
think I could talk about. I think maybe he's over it by now, right?
Yeah.
And I'd love to like because you know how
Or he's still serving time for it.
Yeah, I'd hate to be the person who ran into him on the street and just be like, "Hey, buddy, are you all right?" And he just starts swinging, right? You can't tell why his punches are so tasty, you know?
Why are your fists so sweet?
Yeah, this dude assault is delicious. He'd have beat the hell out of you, and you're like, "What was a little hint of Florida?"
Such citrusy violence. I can tell I'm being hurt, but I think I'm also getting vitamins.
Yeah. At least this dude smells good, right?
Yeah, he punched a cold right out of me.
Emergency be damned.
I'm doing all right, man. How are you?
I'm doing okay. So we were in Arizona.
Couldn't tell if that was a long Zoom lag or you had to really think if you were okay.
No, I'm fine. It's all fine. We were in Arizona doing some shows, and
Yes, we were.
I get back to New York, and I'm just so thankful to be back. I was in LA for 2 weeks, which was a little too long. Like it was just long.
It's a long time to be away from where you live.
Yeah. It was just long enough that I started to really miss, home and my bed and all the stuff like that. I feel like there's a level when it comes to travel, at least.
Mm-hmm.
There needs to be some shared language now with like what's actually bad and what's not. Do you understand what I mean? Like, I've taken buses,
you
I've
have
taken
me with
planes, I've taken trains.
Right, yeah.
But just the chaos we're living in, because people don't have like a shared understanding of what's gross and what's not, and like what's okay.
I think it even goes deeper than that, because not only do people not share that language, but I haven't had a single airport handle security the same way anymore. It's like there's no shared language even on like the basic rules anymore, let alone the unspoken social mores. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like I think it goes even deeper, because we don't even have a foundation. There's not even a ground floor for us to build upon.
We're not even a country anymore. Okay?
You know? But it's not just us. It's like the world is so connected now too, but we don't have a rule.
Yeah.
Can you take your shoes off on a plane?
There was a
Is
guy
that awful?
on a train that I had to tell myself that this man was deranged, just so that I could live with the life I was currently living with him in it, because this man had his shoes and his socks off, getting like fully comfortable on the seat across, because it was one of those Amtrak trains where you know how there's your two seats, but then there's two seats facing you.
Yeah.
He had his feet up on the other seats, chilling like he was at home.
Yeah.
And I wasn't even about to sit there. But the fact that loose feet were just out, I couldn't stand it. And you know what's crazy?
Loose feet running around all willy-nilly.
What's crazy, what makes me crazy, I understand this makes me crazy. If this man had walked on with sandals and he did that, I still wouldn't be happy about it. But the fact that there's been shoe heat and sock heat that's now been pressed up on this foot, and who knows if this is an athlete's foot or not, and now you're putting the foot in the seat.
No, that's true. That's true because that's a different foot than a flip flop foot.
Mm-hmm.
That's different types of stank. You know, there's a lot more process to getting comfortable. It's also the boldness of it because shoes and socks that takes more comfort.
Yeah.
What's that?
That was okay. So I am coming to you from my office. I'll let the listeners know so that they don't think that I'm in a detention center. So basically, I'm in my office. So there's going to be a lot of white wall. There's going to be some desk.
Big yawn.
There's maybe going to be a little bit of small TV action in the background for the people who watch the full clips on YouTube. But there's also going to be some announcements. Every now and again, you're going to hear a muffled announcement like we're on the train.
Oh, okay. That's what for a second, I thought you just had something playing on your phone, but you were staring dead at me. I'm like, this is some sort of...
Yeah. I wish I had
this is a move. I'm like, why is he trying to fuck with me while I'm...
Yeah, I almost wish I was the level of unhinged to be looking right at you and to also be like playing something.
Just playing some sort of YouTube clip and just staring at me.
Yeah, like
what
looking at you and not paying attention.
Yeah, that is attentively telling someone you don't care.
Mm-hmm.
That's almost counterintuitive, but it also makes it more insulting.
Yeah.
That you're really taking the time to look at me and go, I don't care what you're saying.
Yeah.
That's like the mobsters in movies where you're like, oh, that's the truly insane person is doing something like that.
That's somebody with hate in their heart.
Yeah.
That just truly does not register that you're a human to your face.
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask you today.
Yeah. Sure.
It's okay. I'm trying to figure out how to word the question. Have you seen...
It's a very pensive episode.
Yeah. Have you seen or noticed a time where there was just some like wild comeuppance in the moment? I know we've talked about that concert, like the guy at the mosh pit that you went to.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? But I'm wondering if since we've had that conversation, because that was over a year ago, I'm wondering if there have been any more times that you've seen like immediate and swift comeuppance in real time.
I guess not really. I mean,
No.
I mean, seen someone like crash their car. It was like, yeah, you should have been looking. That's immediate comeuppance.
Yeah, you're not wrong. That's...
I mean...
Yeah, no, that's wild. That's very wild.
People who get bit by dogs. I mean, there's plenty of cause and effect.
Yeah, I just mean like if there's anything.
I'm kidding. No, that was such a specific question. There's no way I was going to think of an example. I don't think his story's the way you do. I don't have that like Rolodex.
No, fair enough. But I'm also
I gotta take a
second.
second. No, I know, but I gotta like comb through
related.
old boxes. Yeah.
Sometimes you're like, hey, Josh, have you ever had an apple? And I'm like, man, this one time this guy tried to stab me.
Oh yeah, no, you do that shit to me all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember there was this one time where this kid, I don't even know why I didn't like this kid, but I was like, it was in the summer, had to be in the 8th grade or the 9th grade or something, and there was this kid who I had to swim with because I was learning to swim. I was in the beginner class, but there was like an advanced beginner that I should have been doing in this swim lesson. But because I didn't say anything, have I told you about this before? Because I didn't say anything,
I was just chuckling at I was chuckling at advanced beginner.
Oh,
so like that's
well, no, literally,
this is full ass oxymoron.
This is what happened. This is what's so annoying.
Yeah.
So there was just swimming lessons that my mom took me to. Mm-hmm. And I had some swimming lessons years ago, but hadn't been in a pool since. And so I was a beginner, still in my mind, because I was like, hey, if I'm still this nervous to get in the water, I'm not an advanced swimmer, you know? And so then I get in the water, and at first the teacher's like going over the rules in the pool and everything, just like watch out for each other, don't kick each other, like no, dunking each other, like just everyone was getting this lesson. Then she was like, okay, the kids who can swim this much come with me. The kids who like can't swim at all go over there. And so in my mind, I'm a kid who can't swim at all, And so I go over to the other direction, and then when I when I get over there, it's just a bunch of tiny kids. So it's me, this like 14-year-old, and then all of these like itty bitty babies getting
Now,
swim
be honest
lessons.
though, how much bigger were you than them really?
They were like 4.
Oh, okay.
They were like 4 and 5. And I'm like 14.
Right.
And so the lesson starts, and they're like, we're just going to blow bubbles under the water. And in my head, I'm like, I've done all this. Like, what is this? This doesn't make any sense. And the other kids were like doing like half laps on the other side of the pool, but we're like going under the water just a little bit and blowing bubbles. And like, it felt like I was in a Lamaze class and I was the baby. Like, it was so embarrassing. And I didn't have the wherewithal to quit the lesson or to leave the teacher. Because the teacher is just, the teacher's acting like I need to be over there. And then we do the whole lesson. And then there's this one kid who I guess is just, I'm definitely the odd kid out. I'm the only one over here as old as I am. And this one kid who shouldn't be over here either, because he's like 5 or so, but he's like swimming in place. And so I'm like, who's going to get this kid? This is insane, right? Like, this kid's like a little mermaid. And then he looks at me as I'm like doing whatever little kick exercise we're supposed to be doing. Because how they have you, when you're getting a swim lesson, they'll also have you grab the edge of the pool and do some kicks and stuff, like to learn how to push yourself and everything. And I'm pushing, and this other kid next to me, the little like 5-year-old kid, is also pushing. And he just looks at me and he goes, so what's wrong with you? And from that moment, I was like, okay, I have an enemy. Like, I have a mortal enemy. I don't want anything good for this kid.
I'm about to be an advanced murderer.
Because I was like,
wow.
What? And then he repeated it. He was like, what's wrong with you?
What's wrong with you?
And I was like,
so what's wrong with you?
I was like, what? And I'm like, what do you mean? And this is as I'm kicking. And he's like, you're like a grown-up kid. And I'm kicking next to him like, there's no grown-up kid. Like, if you're a kid, you're a kid.
Hey, now if they're going to be advanced beginners, I think there can be grown-up kids.
Yeah, right. And so...
Sorry, I'm just having fun with all the oxymorons today.
So then he's like, why aren't you over there? And I was like, because I can't swim like they can. Like this little kid doesn't understand the concept of like, I just don't know as much as they know. I know more than the class. Like, I should have been in middle beginner, because the marquee, like the thing that you buy when you go to this swim lesson says beginner.
Right.
So already them breaking up the class was kind of wild, So I'm going to what I think is a beginner class. Now, they didn't fully explain what that meant, but I projected my own stuff onto it, because in my head I was like, okay, they're going to take the little bit that I know how to swim and make me able to fully swim. And I won't be able to swim in deep water, but I'll be able to swim the length of the pool without needing to put my foot down to get air. And you know what I mean? Like, That thing.
Yeah. The basic goal of all swimming lessons is to get good enough to just not drown should you find yourself in water.
Yeah.
No matter what, that's the the base level. Is if I find myself in water, I want to be able to not die.
Yeah.
I'm good with that.
And so then I'm like kicking next to this kid, and this kid is talking to me, and he clearly gets bored while he's asking me all these questions. So he stops grabbing the edge of the pool and just lets it go, flips over, and is now on his back, sort of like kicking up. Like, so he's just floating on his back and still moving his legs a little bit, but he's just sort of like moving in place. And I'm watching, I'm like, why are you over here?
Moving in place.
Like, this dude is like, he's like swimming like he was born in the water.
Maybe he was. Maybe he was a water birth.
Maybe it was a water birth.
Maybe they come out with a little extra skill.
And so then I asked the kid, because I get a little attitude with the kid because he just keeps asking me why I'm over there. You're like a grown up kid, blah blah blah. I was like, hey, there's no grown up kids, it's just kids. And then finally I was like, why aren't you over there? And then this kid goes, oh, I don't know. And then he goes under the water and goes and swims over with the bigger kids.
Wow. You reminded him that he was a great swimmer.
Yeah.
He in the moment was like, oh, you're right, I'm very good at this. Whee! Here I go. He shoots out of the water like a dolphin.
And he didn't go under the water like, let me get my bearings and then go swim. This kid went backwards like he was in a swim competition. Like he just doubled over in the water and flipped and then started swimming. Like he was a dolphin. I hated this kid so much. And so then the lesson ends. And I can't remember my mom took me there or my aunt took me there. But whoever took me there, I get out of the pool and I'm like, why did they have me with the little kids? Like, I knew how to swim more than that. And then she was like, I don't know. I was waiting for you to say something. Like, because they stayed for the lesson. So I can't remember who it was, but they saw the whole thing. It was either my mom or my aunt that took me. But this is like so long ago, I don't remember. But she was like, yeah, I was waiting for you to say something. I was like, when's he going to get tired of this? And then, so then where the pool was like a snow cone cart. So there's a snow cone cart off a little bit ways at that, like near that pool. You still have to walk to it. Okay. And that kid, that 5-year-old, I'm leaving the pool, and he's already swam and then run over and got a snow cone and come back, and he said something like snide to me. I can't remember what it was. And it was so mean that it didn't seem like he was 5. It seemed like only an older kid could have thought of something so mean. But he was.
You got bullied by a kid 10 years younger than you.
But how? It's not bullying because I was not like.
You kind of sort of got bullied by a 5-year-old in this story.
Just because he was being mean to me doesn't mean I was bullied. By that logic, I've been bullied by a lot of babies. All right, I've picked up a baby before and just immediately started crying, which didn't feel nice.
Criming? What'd you say?
I thought I said crying. What did I say?
I think you said cramming. That's what it sounded like to me.
Oh, my bad.
No, it's okay.
But anyway.
Yeah, but he made fun of you so what's wrong with you? And then he got you again at the snow cone cart.
Yeah, so
and you seem still not happy about it. So to me, that's what makes it puts it in the realm of getting bullied.
Nah.
I bet he's huge now too.
And so I'm walking away, and a kid said something about like what was it? It was like really messed up. It was to the point where I was like, "Oh, you're not 5." He said, "Oh yeah, don't forget your floaties next time" or something. He said something like that was like in that vein of like, "Are you gonna bring a noodle next time?" or like, you know, whatever the thing was, right? And so this kid,
Yeah, dog, you got bullied. I don't know how to
no,
tell you.
look, fine,
A 5-year-old
fine,
definitely bullied you. You got big dogged by a 5-year-old.
fine, whatever. This kid's like, yeah, don't forget your floaty next time. And as he goes,
He lunged at you and you flinched.
no, that's not what happened. And so then, as he said that, he went to take a lick from his snow cone, and the snow cone was such an ice ball that it all just fully moved with his tongue off of the cup and fell on the ground. And I remember I just laughed at him because he was so shocked. He didn't know that could happen. Little man hadn't been around the block a couple times, didn't know how to eat a snow cone, like an idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's good with the liquid water, but what about the frozen water? Little punk. All right. I'm glad gravity told him what time it was, you know? And so anyway, he licked the snow cone. It fell off.
He's such a fucking idiot.
Me? What did I do?
No,
In this story, I didn't do anything.
No, but I love you because you talked about like swift comeuppance, but it took so long for him to get comeuppance.
What do you mean
it
so
wasn't
long?
Really...
What do you mean so long? He said the thing, and then he took a lick, and then his
But that
afternoon was
the whole-
ruined.
That was the second thing, though. He'd already bullied you earlier.
But it's swift comeuppance when you do a thing and then a thing happens. You're taking it as if it's the whole entirety of the situation.
You're also just acting like you won, which no, you still got bullied by a 5-year-old.
No, that kid was real
He
upset.
dropped his.
That kid's day was ruined. I didn't have to do anything to that kid. That kid licked the snow cone. It fell off the cup, and he was. That's where the 5-year-old kickback is. So he got like too big for his britches because he knew how to swim. But as soon as his snow cone splattered on the ground, he was a kid again, and he was all upset.
Oh God! Excuse me.
What?
I was coughing. So you're saying the snow cone put him in his place, is what you're trying to say?
100%.
You did nothing. You did nothing and just watched.
I didn't have to do anything.
As your tormentor.
What was I supposed
At a slight
to do?
inconvenience.
My tormentor. The slight inconvenience. Hey, this wasn't a neighborhood full of money. That was his only snow cone for the weekend.
All right, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. At least he got to feel like a big dog next to you.
Nah.
Even him out.
I was chilling.
Yeah, you sound real chill about it. I was chilling.
I was so happy.
Oh,
Just splatted. He had
funny.
a bunch of blue all over his legs like an idiot. He looked so stupid. It got on his swim trunks. I don't know. I just laughed at him.
it's also really hard for me to imagine the story just not as you now either. It's really hard. I'm not really imagining a 14-year-old Josh. I'm just imagining you just like ha 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 in this kid's face.
Hey, that kid deserved that. Oh man, that's so funny to me that he like, and you could see on his face he got real upset. Like he didn't even, the bully was gone at that point. Like you want to say he bullied me? Any sort of bully in nature just melted away, and then he was a kid who wanted to cry because his snow cone hit the ground. Oh man.
I'm pretty sure it was the first lick too. That's what makes it even more hilarious.
That's
to me.
embarrassing.
The fact that it's like he was about to enjoy a snow cone and then he went.
That's the little kid equivalent of like losing your job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
that first lick and then your thing falls. You're just kind of like, what do I do with my life now?
Look, that
You know?
and that snow
Your
cone
life's been
place,
so
by the
short.
way, that snow cone
Yeah.
place.
Burned down.
I wish it burned down. Okay.
Every bully got taken to task.
This snow cone place was so bad. This is the worst snow cone place like ever. Anybody who went to school, I don't know if our listeners I don't know if listeners from my hometown like would listen to the show or anything, but if you do, if you went to Peabody High School, you probably passed the snow cone stand, this little like cart every day to get to school because it was just out there. It would be out there the whole year, and they would really only open up for the hot days and months. So obviously it was open all summer. It would open beginning in spring, and then it would open if it was like, let's say a heat wave was coming, right? Like it was going to be a particularly warm day. Even if it was October, but it was going to be hot for some reason, that snow cone place would open. So anyway,
see, I like that. Other places don't do that. They're just closed for
they'll
from
like
this date on.
This what's I still don't know the person who worked this stand for real. Like I don't know if the owner was actually the person working it or if they just owned it and had friends, pop in and work it, because they were never really nasty. You know what I mean? So you know how a place like that where you have to bring all these syrups and all of these different like sugary things, they should be attracting fruit flies, especially if you're leaving it. And they never did. You never see like fruit flies or any of that stuff in that snow. So they kept it clean, but they had the worst ingredients that you could ever imagine. The main ingredient is just ice. But I gave that place 3 chances. Right? So there was one time though I'm pretty sure they had dirty ice because my snow cone tastes off. Like I don't even know how to describe it. It just was not good, Mm-hmm. And so then I didn't go there for a while. I didn't ask for a snow cone for a while. And like my mom knows. My aunt even knows how much I love snow cones, It's just one of those treats that's cheap and it's just sugar water, but it's dazzling to look at and it's nice on a hot day. I'm just saying, right? So then
that's a nice little snow cone soliloquy you had there.
Yeah. Snow cones will brighten your day. It's hard. I'll even say this. Wow. I'll throw this out there. I have no data to back me up, but I'm almost positive that the weeks where the snow cone stand was open, there were less shootings. I'm pretty sure. Maybe I just couldn't hear the shots because I was enjoying my snow cone so much, or maybe other people in the neighborhood were enjoying snow cones and they were like, "Hey, this really isn't the day for foolishness." All right.
Yeah. Can I just say that we've known each other for a long time.
Yeah.
And we've been doing this show for a while. This is our 111th episode.
Yeah.
And I think in the time we've done this, I've never seen you light up as much as you did just now talking about snow cones.
Hey.
You had a lightness in your face I have not seen.
Dude, snow cones are...
since before we had career worries.
Snow cones are something else, man. Snow cones are...
Look at that fucking smile. Look at that smile. I don't know if I've seen you smile like that in a while.
Dude,
I'm just thinking of the beauty of snow cones.
Because snow cones also aren't something... You really have to either go out and seek them directly or happen upon them. Even if my mom was out and she wanted to get me a treat, she couldn't bring me back a snow cone. It's not happening. That thing's going to be melted by the time she gets home.
Yeah, they don't transport well.
And then, oddly enough, once it's melted, and even if you try to freeze it and then have it later, it's still not quite the same because it doesn't get that crushed ice effect. Now all the ice is one ice block.
It becomes one block of ice. Yeah. Then it's a different thing.
So snow cones are a moment in time.
So part of what you like about So that's what I was gonna say. What you like about them is that they're so temporary.
Yeah.
It's a moment.
And apparently
It's a part
they
of it.
temper down gang violence. Like no one's like, oh, you got a red snow cone? I got a blue snow cone. Pop, pop, pop. That never happens. You know?
Or they'll be like, let's get to this in a couple seconds. Finish our snow cones first.
Yeah. So anyway,
I've never known of your love of snow cones.
it really hasn't
Yeah,
come
when was
up
the last time you had-
because they're not in Chicago like that.
That's true. You don't have snow cones around as much. We have them around here in Iowa. We used to have our own snow cone maker. Like it was just a little plastic thing, but you put ice in it and then you just crush it, and it would come out as like a crushed ice thing, and it came with or crushed ice thing, excuse me, and then it came with a bunch of syrups and stuff too. So we were living that snow cone life for a little while.
Wow.
What?
I didn't know that about you. That's wild that you had a snow cone maker in your life and you didn't share it with me till now.
Share it with you.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have it with me.
No, I'm just saying you didn't share the story with me until now, but we've known each other for a long time. That's wild.
Yeah,
It's like if
crazy,
someone
our
told
friendship.
me they used to have their own like go-kart track and they said it nonchalantly. I'm like, what?
That's nowhere on the same level. Snow cone makers aren't like a lavish thing. Because I remember there was a trend in like the late 90s, early 2000s where there was a bunch of like home little snow cone
Yeah, I remember
maker
it.
things. They were just ice chippers is all they were. Yeah.
Hey, I know, but some of us couldn't afford those ice chippers, so we just watched that commercial longingly. I'd watch it because you know it was white kids in the homemade commercial. So then I'm just,
Yeah.
I watch it and be like, oh no, damn, another day without a snow cone.
But I think like this area got into that trend a little bit. I don't know. We like snow cones around here.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's an Iowa thing. I don't know, but they tend to be at most activities.
Yeah, that's fair.
I love when they sell snow cones like during like a football game.
Mm-hmm.
So people are getting snow cones and it's like fucking 45 degrees.
Yeah,
That's
I love them
some
so much.
Midwest stuff.
I've definitely eaten a snow cone with gloves on before.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's how much I love them.
It's interesting because they're a summer treat, but then you'll see people who like make them out of snow. Like they'll like have like an actual like ice thing
Yeah.
and just kind of make it. But it's in the winter. It's weird that that's the one like all season treat. Have we talked about for snow cones too long? I think we've maybe talked about snow cones.
Yeah, I'll get to the second one. So the second time that place did me dirty was I got a...
I forgot we were talking about the place. The place that wasn't good, but it didn't have bugs, so that made it okay.
Yeah. So I went there specifically as a child. I'm like really young at this point still. And I'm like, hey, everybody deserves a second chance. Especially when they're trying to spread joy in the world like this place is. You know? So let me give them another shot. And I remember I got something that was like called a blue tsunami. It had blue in the name. So obviously the snow cone's going to be blue. It was so blue that my tongue and my teeth were blue. I don't even think they put... This is what I think happened. I think that these people made a mistake and didn't know what to do. So they had, you know, the blue food coloring that they'll be part of the syrup. I think they just straight up put dye into the snow cone because my teeth, my tongue, everything in my mouth was blue for about 2.5 days. It was so bad that my mom got genuinely... She made me use like Listerine, and the Listerine was coming out blue, like. This purple,
coming out bluer.
No, this purple Listerine was coming out blue, right?
Oh, the purple Listerine.
So she was trying to get me to like maybe wash my mouth out or just something, and I remember I did it about 3 times, which to a kid is just death. Like when you're little, because you already hate the pain of mouthwash because you don't get why it's necessary.
Like, I've been doing this all day.
Yeah, it stripped the pain out of my mouth. It got the varnish right off of my tongue. My taste buds got a bald fade, all right? My tongue couldn't feel anything. And so then, and the snow cone was also bad. Like, it didn't taste good. So I didn't finish it.
Right.
So that my mouth was that blue without me finishing it, which is crazy.
Jeez.
And then I remember,
If you would have got to the syrup at the bottom, then
yay,
that'd
if
have
I went to
been
the syrup at the
everything-
bottom, I think I'd be in Blue Man Group.
dude.
I think that's what happened to everybody in that group. They had that snow cone, and they just kept going. And before you know it, you can't talk. All you know how to do is drum. I'm telling you, man, it could happen. It could happen. Warn your kids. Protect your children. It's blue out here.
Don't let your child become a blue man.
Don't let your kid become a blue man. That's negligence. All right?
It's like a documentary, like a daytime show with parents of blue men.
Yeah.
Just like they stopped talking to
They
us.
stopped talking to us. They just kept getting these snow cones, and before you knew it, I don't even know if he has feelings anymore.
They just like banging tubes together and shit, and I don't know how to relate to him anymore.
No one bought him the black sweater. He was just in it one day.
Just had it. Keeps pointing at me like this. Just keeps doing it.
And so it was so blue
Oh.
that I straight up, and this may be TMI for our listeners who are used to a bit more of a timid show, but I pissed blue.
I was hoping it was going to be that you pissed. But did you actually piss blue?
Dude, it was like, it wasn't like blue like Avatar, like how I'm sure that they pissed, but it was like, it was a hue. It was a hue of blue.
I like assuming that the Na'vi from Avatar pissed blue.
Why wouldn't they?
Why would they?
Wouldn't it be weirder if they didn't? Everything is blue. That's a normal color for them. Blue looks completely regular to them.
Right, but I'm just saying it's rare that
I would hope it's
being
not a
pissed is-
contrasting
it's-
color. Anyway, the third time this place did me
Yeah,
dirty.
anyway. This is a Buck Wild Snow Cone episode.
The third time that this place did me dirty, they had started trying to
Yeah.
sell popcorn chicken. Okay?
Okay.
So, in my head, I'm like,
What if we try hot food?
yeah, what if we try hot food after we've poisoned all the kids with dye?
No one wants our cold anymore. Let's make hot.
Yeah.
That's the pivot for the business.
I don't know how they stayed open, because there was this one dude that did a lot of drugs that would always get a snow cone from them, and there was a point in my very young life where I didn't fully understand what drugs were.
That man's addicted to snow cones.
I genuinely thought this man was addicted to snow cones, because I would see him in other parts of the neighborhood acting wild. And he's like clearly on crack, right? So dude clearly is like a full on crack addict, but he would be acting weird. But then I'd always see him seem so normal when he would go get his snow cone. Now what I didn't know is clearly this man liked to enjoy a snow cone with his crack. Okay, that's what was happening. Because I would see him later and he'd be all wild, but he was normal before. But I didn't understand what drugs were.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, listen, they go together like America and apple pie. snow cone and crack.
Both icy, you know?
Both icy.
One just needs a little bit of heat, you know? And so then I was scared of snow cones for a little while, for maybe like 6 months. I didn't even tell anybody. But you know how you get those misconceptions when you're a kid?
Scared of snow.
I really did, because I was like, I've been eating snow cones. I love snow cones. So now in my head, I'm like, is snow cones like, I didn't know what crack was, but I was in my head, essentially, I was like, is snow cones crack? Like, am I going to be out here in the streets stealing from people to get more snow cone? Like, you laughing, but I really thought this for a couple months. I was because I would see that dude, and this is after the blue thing happened. And the blue thing was like my Scared Straight program, because that was me being like, oh, okay, you can't trust every snow cone. You can't trust, like, you need to be careful where you get your snow cones from, because not everybody's a reliable distributor, you know? And then I was in the car with my grandma, and when we saw that guy, and my grandma knew that guy, and my grandma was telling me how smart that guy was when he was younger, when he was like in school and stuff, and how sad it was that he's like, you know, like an addict now, because that's all he does.
And you're like,
now, when
I know,
she
I've seen
said
him.
that's all he does, he had a snow cone in his hand. He was leaving the snow cone stand.
Oh, gotcha.
And so to me, I'm like, she said that's all he does. She didn't say all he does is crack.
Why do you guys let me have these if that's what's going to happen to me?
So then in my mind, I'm like, so is y'all just letting me do this in moderation? Is that why sometimes y'all tell me no when I want a snow cone? Because I remember one time when my mom was taking me to my grandma's house, I asked for a snow cone. But you know how when you're little, you don't think of the logistics of things. So I had asked for the snow cone when we had already passed the place. So she would have had to make a loop around the block and turn around just to get... And she was like, I'm not going to do all that. You should have asked me before, you know, whatever, right? So that was the time I didn't get to have a snow cone. And there was another time where we were about to have dinner. But I'm not putting these reasonings why I can't have snow cones together. All that's happening in my brain is that my grandma is like, hey, that dude, that's all he does. And he used to be really smart and he was going somewhere. And it's so sad what happened to him that, you know, that's all he does now. Yeah. And I'm just seeing the snow cone.
And in your mind, you're like, these snow cones are so blue, they make you insane.
Yeah, clearly, if you have enough blue snow cone, 3 blue snow cones equal 1 crack rock, you know?
That's basic snow cone math right there.
Yeah, because before this whole thing got debunked, like before I found out what drugs were and everything, I did see...
Before it got debunked, like someone came out to prove you wrong, that it was indeed not snow cones, but a very strong drug that was affecting you.
Yeah. So before any of this got debunked, right?
Got debunked.
This guy, I was driving home with my grandma again, and this guy was dancing in the street, clearly high, right? And so I remember what my grandma said about him last time, and he wasn't that far from the snow cone stand. So in my head, I'm like, poor guy, just can't kick it. Because in my mind, I haven't had a snow cone now for a very long time. Because after that blue thing happened, my mom specifically said we were never going to go there again. And so, in my mind, I've kicked the habit, you know? Like, I wish he could quit cold turkey like me, you know? And so the third time was because I was like, let me give them one more chance. And they had popcorn chicken. So we get the popcorn chicken, right? And this is like such a mistake.
Listen, their snow cones are bad, and I think they ruin your life. But they've got popcorn chicken now.
No, this is after I realized that snow cones weren't drugs.
Oh, that's right. After it was debunked, I forgot.
Yeah.
That's right. So you realized it was safe to go back.
Yeah, when I realized that, this man is on drugs.
Yeah.
This has nothing to do. He just likes the taste of blue tsunami in his mouth while he's on drugs.
Yeah.
In fact, drugs are probably the only thing that makes the blue tsunami good.
Yeah, he's tasting it in a way I'm not, and can never.
Yeah, he doesn't even taste the same colors I do, you know?
He tastes an extra color. That's why they gave him all the extra blue.
Yeah, he's tasting green. And so basically we get the snow cone, we get the popcorn chicken, and I was like, let me just go with something super, super regular. I'm just going to get a banana flavor, because at least if my tongue turns like yellow, that's less noticeable, whatever. Like I'm planning ahead in my head. and then we get the popcorn
It's
chicken.
noticeable, but possibly more medically alarming.
Yeah. If you're
If you have a tongue that won't go back from yellow for a while, that's probably not good.
yeah, and you get a fever, you dead. All right.
Man, you got tongue jaundice? How'd you manage that?
And so we get the popcorn chicken, and I think it was my aunt and I. But anyway, we take a couple of bites, and we've been fully hoodwinked. We've been like, I don't even know how you do this. I really don't know. It's almost a talent, the level at which they tricked us. There is so little chicken in here. There's almost no chicken. So they gave us just a bunch of balls of breading. Just a bunch of fried balls that are breaded. Mm-hmm. And so we bite into it, and already it's like the breading's not good, so the whole thing's not good. And then the little one I bit into, I was like, where's the chicken? Like, this is crazy. And after I bite into a couple more, I'm like, oh, there's no chicken in here. And instead of banana, they gave me lime. So I'm leaving fully upset.
Yeah. This place doesn't sound reputable.
Yeah, no, it wasn't good.
Not a lot of quality control.
I don't even know if it had a name. We would just call it the Snow Cone place.
I was about to make up a name for it because I was like, I don't think he said a name.
No, I don't think it had a name.
This sounds like this was some sort of shady government experiment you didn't realize.
Yeah, that actually...
They were testing the effect. Yeah.
That would make more sense than it staying open all those years.
Yeah.
You know? The government, the CIA just opens a snow cone stand in the hood, and they try out new blue on black people.
Yeah, they try that out, and they cover it up by funneling more drugs into it. We got to cover up the snow cone stuff with crack. Otherwise, the snow cone thing looks really weird.
We also have to cover up the snow cone thing with bad popcorn chicken.
Yeah, this is one experiment that just kept getting out of hand.
Yeah.
We need something else than to cover it up.
Yeah, maybe the government is not good at stuff.
Maybe they aren't. I think that's what we've learned here.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the main moral.
Yeah. So, because I was initially just trying to talk about the comeuppance thing, but then it reminded me about the snow cone place.
I know that you got, but I love seeing the snow cone passion. So don't you dare apologize for that.
All right.
That was worthwhile. I felt like not only was it a good fodder for the episode, I feel frankly closer to you as a friend.
Got you. I feel you. Okay. I'm glad.
I know sometimes you'll ask me like, if you have a story about a certain topic, but there are episodes where I gotta just hold on. I gotta just grab on and we go, and we just keep on trucking. Because there were points where I would just break and start laughing there because I'm like, we were talking about trains or something, and now here we are, 20 minutes deep on snow cones.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's an adventure for me.
Mm-hmm.
We got anything else?
Yeah.
Suppose I could talk about my flights too that I had.
I thought about that as I was coming home, where I was like,
yeah,
let me not. There were things happening on my flight, but I was like, let me not become this dude that's just like has a podcast about his flights. Because after a while, that's gonna really like wear people down. Like I specifically told you about the majesty of flight because that was so insane, but I don't want to become the guy who's like, and then there was a baby. Like I want to be understanding of people's situations and everything. Although I will say one thing that did happen very quick is that the roller cart with all the snacks and the drinks on it. Guy in the aisle seat, that thing fully ran over his foot and it woke him up, and that was insane to see. Because he was waking up with so much pain that he yelped, and so everybody turned around like,
damn,
is this it? We've had a lot of good flights for the past couple decades. Is this
a terrorism?
Yeah, and then sure enough, the flight attendant was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. Are you all right?" And he was like, he's also awake now, so he's just looking around. So it probably felt like continuing a nightmare, because if my man was even having a less than great dream, and then he gets awoken by his foot being crushed.
Right. Yeah.
Because what he did, this is not the flight attendant's fault at all, but what he did was there was no one in the middle seat, and so he had really like splayed himself out with one foot going backwards and the other foot going forward, and him like laying like sideways in the seat.
Well, see, then his foot's like just full
Yeah,
on. In
his
the
foot's
aisle. That's,
full on.
That's
in
the
the
risk
aisle.
you take.
And so
that's the risk you take getting comfy.
She runs over it, and I'm sure she only got the toes, but still.
Right. Yeah.
But still, this dude wakes up, and he's waking up to everyone staring at him. But we're staring at him because he screamed.
Yes.
But if you had a dream that you were like in the Matrix or something, this would not feel like you've woken up.
He may also not realize he screamed, and so everyone's looking at him, and he didn't realize he. Anytime I sleep on a plane, when I drift off a little bit, because I don't sleep well on planes, but anytime I do and I feel myself come up, I look around quick, see if anyone's looking at me, because I know I have a tendency to go like when I when I wake up.
I'm so scared
Those would tend to
of screaming myself awake.
Really?
It's like one of my number one fear. It's sometimes why I try not to sleep on a plane. Because I'm like,
why are you? Does that happen to you? Do you scream yourself awake sometimes?
I have, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. If I'm having a bad enough dream and I feel trapped or something, or if you have like the sleep paralysis dream where you feel like you can't move, and then or you get so wrapped up in the story of the dream that something bad enough happens that you scream, I'll scream in real life. And then I'm like,
really?
Yeah, it's bad. I'm surprised I've never done it when we've
I know.
been in the hotel room.
Well, that's what I was thinking of, because also anytime we've been in the hotel room and like you usually like go out and you're out.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm kind of surprised that you scream yourself awake sometimes.
It doesn't happen often, but it has happened enough that I think about it happening with like a genuine fear. Like I remember one time,
especially in a flight. Something
I remember one time I was restless.
Because you just be,
and I was like, man, I really want to go to sleep right now, but my body's so tense. I feel like I'll scream myself awake. I could feel it. In that moment, I could feel it. Like if I drift off to sleep right now, I'm gonna have a stress dream and I'm gonna scream myself awake. I just knew it.
No, definitely.
Yeah.
I can only sleep on a plane if I'm on like the the window seat. I can't if I'm in the middle. I'm gonna be awake. I don't like being between people, and I get too conscious about making sure I'm not spreading my legs too far or hogging the armrests. Because I know I'm not like a huge guy, but like I'm kind of a broader shouldered guy, so I want to make sure I'm not like I don't want to be one of those guys people complain about that have their just like legs fully open and just like taking it over. Because I even had a flight coming down to Phoenix. There was a guy in the middle, and he fell asleep immediately, just and like head down asleep, and then had his legs fully spread apart, so he had his leg against mine, but he was bouncing his leg while he was sleeping, so he was just rubbing his knee against mine, and it was it was not comfortable, and I kind of gave him some like little nudges back. It didn't register. He was too comfortable, and I was very uncomfortable because I was also the one I had been sprinting around the airport for because I went to the wrong gate twice, and I'm a fucking fool. And then my backpack exploded while I was running. Just everything fell out, and a tall German man just stood over me and was just like, "I think your backpack was open," and I was like, "Yeah," and he just sat there drinking his soda, watching me. And there was a lady who helped me pick up. I was just like, what's your plan here? Why are you here?
I feel like I would do that. I would get to an airport early just to watch people. You're
just watching me.
Get to it.
Well, the joke I made, I talked about it on stage, and I said it's a little on the nose to have a German engaging in Schadenfreude, but no one really got the joke because no one knew the word Schadenfreude. I thought it was clever, but
yeah, if you know what Schadenfreude is, it's
if you know what it means, it's a So right there, it's a little softball joke.
Yeah.
But
I heard it.
Should we open up the mailbag?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. I'm excited for this one because we did a mailbag episode last episode, and And we actually got an update on one of them that we actually asked for an update on. The date with the foot fetishist.
Okay, let's go off.
From Anna. This email is called Number 99 Strange Dates Full Disclosure. So we're getting the full story here. So this is from Anna. Hey guys, after you read my email, I was so happy you had a great time laughing since you guys are working hard on entertaining us listeners. Oh, well, thank you. We don't get that sentiment a lot.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Also, I realized that my mail was not only not including my reactions, it was also not complete. Here comes the full disclosure of what took place at the date with the gentleman. That's very
kind.
nice phrasing.
Wow.
It's very kind. It was pre-pandemic, and I apologize for the long email. I have had my fair share of strange dates and miserable relationships, and it has made me a bit picky when it comes to dates and relationships. So when this gentleman asked me out, I asked my coworkers about his character, since he is in the periphery of my line of work, and we met a couple of times due to work. I love their wording.
Yeah.
So much here. They're in the periphery of my line of work.
Yeah.
That's a really nice way of saying I don't fucking know this guy. They vouched for him, so I agreed to a date. We met up outside the restaurant on a Friday after work. I had taken the time to freshen up, change to a new blouse, to my tight black office skirt and open-toe heels. I was looking forward to a nice time and some good food. As we were seated at the table, I noticed that the restaurant was full, and at the table next to us was a family of 3, a mom, dad, and a son around the age of 10. We ordered wine, and the conversation revolved around the usual topics: work, family, and so on. It was about 40 minutes into the date that he brought up his fascination for feet. Mind you, he was... Sorry, I made myself go. Mind you, he wasn't low-key. just be like, oh, I love feet. Yeah. Woo! Can't get enough of them.
That's so funny.
He talked about the shape, size, touch, look, and the smell of feet in a way that was borderline to describing an ice cream. Feet were his kinks. I wasn't shocked, but more surprised that he brought it up less than an hour into the first date. The situation felt awkward and strange, and I laughed out loud thinking this was a joke and that my coworkers were sat somewhere in the restaurant and were about to jump out and yell pranked, you know. I looked around and noticed the big eyes of the dad next to us and turned my head just in time to see the gentleman sliding off his stool. Sliding off his stool. Oh, no, I lost my place. Sliding off his stool, trying to be discreet. He grabs my feet, pulls off my open-toe heels, takes a good look at my manicured toenails, licks his lips, and sniffs my shoe. It's the licking the lips is very... What happened next seemed to happen in slow motion to me, but only took seconds. As the gentleman sniffed my shoe, I registered something flying through the air, and I looked up from the gross image of the gentleman sniffing my shoe and saw the open mouth of the dad coughing food onto my new blouse that slowly slid down my chest.
Oh.
The mom made a face of disgust as we all heard the gentleman.
What?
Hang on! The mom made a face of disgust as we all heard the gentleman exhale a moan of, ah, so good. Oh, I threw up in my mouth. Here I am disgusted, humiliated, and totally focused to not vomit. Deep down, I'm actually starting to get angry. The total disrespect of not asking permission to take my shoe off and sniff it, nevertheless in public. The disrespect to the other guests at the restaurant, too, who had to witness the whole thing. My thoughts swirled around. He is totally crazy. and how to get out of the situation with some dignity left and the irritation of my ruined new blouse. Oh, there's more. Hang on. While the gentleman had ranted about the delight of feet earlier, he forgot two important things he should have asked me. One, whether or not I was ticklish on my feet, and second, what I do in my spare time. You see, I'm very ticklish, and I've been practicing Wing Chun, Kung Fu, for years. As he sniffed my shoe, he loosened the grip around my foot, and his hand softly slid from my heel towards the arch of my foot and tickled it. As a reflex to get him off me, I pulled my feet back and in an upward motion, kicked him in the forehead with a whack.
God.
You left out a lot of stuff in this story from the first time you sent it to us, Anna. The gentleman's upper body flew upwards towards the table and he hit the top of his head on the table. I realized that there is no way I can end the date with dignity, and that made me even more upset. The disappointment was quite overwhelming, and I had just kicked my date in the forehead, and the feet were already leaving a red mark, just like an open hand slap as a cheek would on a cheek would.
So the thing that I'm stuck on is that because you've been doing Wing Chun, if you want to get out of here with dignity, you just gotta fight everybody in the restaurant. Just start whooping ass.
You have to kick everyone's ass. You have to kick every person's ass in that restaurant.
Yeah. Wow.
As I pull my shoe out of his hand, the server appears out of nowhere with the starters and asks if everything was all right. As I met the server's eyes, I knew I was saved. I put on my shoe, glancing at the gentleman, rubbing his forehead, all confused, leaning one hand on the floor. The server said, "I guess you don't want any starters. Don't worry about the wine glasses, just go now." The glasses had fallen and were broken after the table was headbutted. So she kicked this man's head into the table, which knocked over glasses and they broke.
Yeah.
Wine was dripping from the edge of the table onto my skirt and onto the shoulders of the gentleman. Your outfit got ruined.
Yeah.
No, your outfit got ruined. This man took your shoes off too. I'm sorry. Your clothes were disrespected on this date, you've been through a lot. This is a lot. I grabbed my purse, pulled out one of my business cards, and handed it over to the server. Thanked him, and if he wanted to meet for a drink or coffee, he just had to call me. Buck wild twist. That's a turn I was not expecting.
We've been married
in that moment,
for a year.
You know. As I walked off, I heard the gentleman scream, "Ouch, my hand, get off my hand." So I guess the server stepped on his hand. and Anna, get off my hand. Oh, you stepped on his hand. No, there were no more dates with the gentleman or going back to the same restaurant. I have met him a few times due to work, but that is a whole different story. But I did go on dates with the server.
So you were just keen to tell us a quarter of the story.
Again, we need another update now.
Yeah.
Because now you dated the guy who was at the foot fetish date.
I do feel like we're just...
You had to have talked about that.
Yeah, we're just going to end up doing a podcast off of Anna's updates.
Yeah. Yeah, we found our third co-host.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love a series in the mailbag to have an ongoing story. But I'm so happy I found your show on Spotify. I have binged it since I found it in July this year. In most episodes, there is a story that I can relate to or is actually similar to an experience of my own. Well, neither of us come close on this one. Thank you for being you, and I wish you all the best in all you do. Maybe a theme about going to the doctor or dentist. Just offering up another phrase as if your story isn't the only thing I'll ever think about again.
Yeah.
Take care and stay cool. Love, Anna. Anna, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Thank you all, really. Thank you so much for listening to the Josh Johnson Show. We had a great time recording. I hope you had a great time listening. If you are looking to catch up with us on any of the socials, you can find me at Josh Johnson Comedy on Instagram, Josh Johnson on Twitter, Josh J Comedy on Facebook, and Josh Johnson Comedy on TikTok and YouTube. We're going to be posting clips of the show. And if you're looking for Logan,
Wow, you can follow me on Instagram at Logan M. Nielsen. And if you want to get into our mailbag and just challenge our lives, you can email us.
Really
Josh
change
Johnson
our week.
Show. Really just change. Yeah, this whatever week I was gonna have is gone now, and it's this week now. Whatever this has created. You can send those to joshjohnsonshow@gmail.com. And if you can also leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. We like to read those there too. And you can find bonus content, patreon.com/Josh Johnson Show. We got some bonus podcast stuff. We got deleted clips, lost episodes, bonus videos, access to live shows. And speaking of live shows, we have one coming up. What is it? It's Sunday, September 26th at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Did I get all that right off the top of my
Let
head?
me see. I want to check.
Pretty sure I nailed it with that. I'm pretty sure I nailed
It's
it.
the 25th if it's Sunday.
Ah,
Yeah.
fuck.
But you were close.
Damn it.
Sunday.
No, I'm a failure.
September 25th.
I ruined it.
At 6 p.m.
There'll be tickets in the episode bio, and they're really fun. The last several we've had have. I think the
Been
last
great.
time we talked about the brave little toaster for a while. Watched some videos, so we're never sure what we're going to do when they happen. So you should join us.
You all have a great rest of the day. Great weekend. And we'll talk to you soon.
Go get you a snow cone.